Have you ever watched your dog scratch so much that you couldn't focus on anything else? It starts with one quick scratch behind the ear, then another. Soon they're chewing at their paws, rubbing against the couch, and waking themselves up in the middle of the night. You wonder if it's allergies, fleas, dry skin, or something even more serious. More importantly, you wonder how long they're silently putting up with that discomfort before you even notice. Here's something many dog owners don't realize. Persistent itching is usually a symptom, not the problem itself. Your dog's skin is like a window into what's happening inside their body. Sometimes the cause is environmental. Sometimes it's parasites. Sometimes it's nutrition. And occasionally, it's a combination of several small issues that build up over time. Today, we're going to explore one simple ingredient that many dog owners already have in their kitchen, why some people choose to add a small amount to their dog's diet, and more importantly, how to tell when itching needs a veterinarian instead of another home remedy. Because helping your dog starts with understanding why they're scratching in the first place. Most people immediately assume fleas. That's understandable, because fleas and ticks are common culprits, especially during warmer months. But they're far from the only reason a dog becomes itchy. Dry skin, seasonal allergies, food sensitivities, environmental irritants, yeast overgrowth, or even stress can all trigger scratching. That's why simply treating the surface doesn't always solve the problem. Imagine trying to stop a smoke alarm without putting out the fire. The noise disappears for a moment, but the real issue remains. Your dog's skin works the same way. So what is the ingredient many owners talk about? Plain, unsweetened apple cider vinegar. Some owners add a very small amount, often around 1 teaspoon for larger dogs, to food after discussing it with their veterinarian. Others dilute it for household cleaning around pet areas, rather than applying it directly to their dog's skin. Why has it become so popular? Because people believe it may help create an environment that is less attractive to certain pests, while also supporting overall skin and coat health when used appropriately as part of a balanced diet. But here's the important part. It is not a miracle cure, and it should never replace proper parasite prevention recommended by your veterinarian. Before you reach for the bottle, there's something every responsible dog owner should know. If your dog has open sores, raw skin, bleeding, or hot spots, never apply apple cider vinegar directly to those areas. It can sting significantly and make an already uncomfortable dog even more distressed. Instead of relief, you may create even more irritation. That's why understanding your dog's skin condition matters more than following any viral internet tip. Now let's look at something many people overlook. Healthy skin begins long before you ever see itching. Your dog's skin depends on a healthy skin barrier, a protective layer that helps keep moisture in and irritants out. When that barrier weakens, the skin becomes dry, sensitive, and much easier for allergens and parasites to affect. That's why nutrition plays such a huge role. A balanced diet with appropriate levels of essential fatty acids, quality protein, vitamins, and minerals helps support that protective barrier from the inside. Think of it as maintaining the roof of a house before the rain starts. There's another clue many owners miss completely. Pay attention to where your dog scratches. Constant paw licking may point toward allergies. Scratching around the neck could suggest irritation from a collar, insects, to clostridiasis or environmental triggers. Biting near the tail base often raises suspicion for flea activity. While these signs don't provide a diagnosis on their own, they give your veterinarian valuable information when combined with an examination. Your dog's behavior is constantly communicating. The question is whether we know how to listen. Let's talk about ticks. Many people hope there's a single natural ingredient that makes dogs completely invisible to ticks. Unfortunately, that's not how tick biology works. Ticks locate hosts using body heat, movement, and even carbon dioxide from breathing. No kitchen ingredient can guarantee permanent protection. That's why veterinarians recommend proven tick preventatives, especially in regions where tick-borne diseases are common. Natural approaches may complement good care, but they shouldn't replace evidence-based protection. Your dog's safety is worth more than a shortcut. If your dog scratches every day, ask yourself these questions. Has the itching lasted longer than a few days? Are you seeing hair loss? Does the skin look red, swollen, or infected? Has your dog become restless or unusually irritable? If the answer is yes to any of these, it's time for a veterinary examination. Sometimes, itching is the first visible sign of something much deeper, including allergies, parasites, skin infections, or hormonal conditions. The earlier those problems are identified, the easier they often are to manage. Here's something encouraging. Many dogs with mild skin irritation improve not because of one magical ingredient, but because their owners begin paying attention to the complete picture. They improve their diet. They maintain parasite prevention. They brush regularly. They wash bedding. They reduce environmental allergens. They work closely with their veterinarian when symptoms persist. Small habits, repeated consistently, often make the biggest difference. Your dog doesn't expect perfection. They simply depend on you to notice when something feels wrong. That little scratch behind the ear might be nothing, or it might be the first whisper of a problem that's asking for attention. Every time you stop and observe instead of guessing, you're becoming a better advocate for your best friend. And that's something no supplement or home remedy can replace. The next time your dog settles beside you without constantly scratching, sleeps peacefully through the night, or happily runs across the yard without stopping to bite at their paws, you'll know those everyday choices were worth it. Healthy skin isn't built by 1 teaspoon alone. It's built by consistent care, smart decisions, and understanding what your dog's body is trying to tell you. Because when we learn to understand our dogs, we don't just help them feel better. We help them live more comfortably, and that's one of the greatest gifts we can give them. If you enjoyed learning about the science behind everyday dog behavior and health, subscribe to Pawsonality Insights, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What was the very first sign that told you your dog was itchy? Your experience might help another dog owner recognize the same warning signs early.